All right, man. The Detroit Lions defeat the Washington Commanders in a game where a lot of people thought, with a lot of the injuries they had, Jonah Jackson, Amari Guerrier, Frank Ragnow, and some did not play. Where they did not play, many others stepped up um and the defense is the reason they kind of won this game. Um, Early on, they shut down Washington. Um, Shut them down. And the difference was from the Philadelphia game to this game was the offense executed. Now they went through a period of time where they made a similar mistake again, where they started got pass happy on the early downs or pass happy. Um, and it looked like they was gonna let Washington right back in this game, but they made plays. They ran the ball. DeAndre Swift had a big run. Had another big catch that really separated the game. It wasn't even as competitive as the score looked, and ultimately, the defense looked a lot more athletic this weekend. Obviously, you're not going against the Philadelphia Eagles. That's why I said that the Eagles was actually a really bad matchup because the Eagles test you from sideline to sideline, diagonally, uh, east, west, north, south. They test you from everywhere. And that's the big thing about the Eagles. They just got so much speed that it really isn't the best matchup for the Lions, a team that kind of lacking in elite athleticism in the front seven. But today looked a lot more athletic going against Carson Wentz in Washington. Um, it looked a lot more athletic. Aiden Hutchinson got home, and that's the difference between going against a team like Philadelphia, who's probably one of the more elite athletic teams on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, shit, defensively as well too. And on top of that, they got one of the best offensive lines in football. So I mean, it's a double whammy. And it was tough to lock down. And Washington is a few notches, obviously below Philadelphia talent and speed, and it showed. It showed. It showed today. It showed. So check out the Lions post game reaction playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, the subscribe button, it's the bell icon button. They won 36-27. Now this is third game in a row scoring 35 plus points, going back to last season. But today was just about Ben Johnson getting a little bit more comfortable in what Ben Johnson is going to be doing on Sundays. Hopefully, for his sake, for a very long time, and us calling players or eventually, running his own football team. And they just had to continue to run the ball. You get up like that, you don't feel like you got to have a Empire Strike Backs type of response. Just keep running the ball, and they could have kept doing that a lot more than they did today. Obviously, they said they was going to cut back on Swift's touches today. They did. He made the most of the touches that he did have. Jamal Williams kind of carried the team in rushing, and I still believe Craig Reynolds should be above him because Jamal just don't have that burst. No, that burst. And we early in the season, he already don't have that burst, and that's why I like Craig Reynolds. He got that burst, and also he got that power. So just something that I observed, might necessarily not be true. It's just an opinion, but that's just what I see. But nonetheless, they got to run the ball a lot more. They had 24, rush attempts, and two of them was by Jared Goff. So that wasn't by design. 34 passing attempts. So you would kind of like to see that. Kind of the gap close on that a little bit. But the pass was today that DeAndre Swift wasn't 100% healthy. Now um, we really didn't know how serious his injury was, but apparently he looked pretty good today. But they were going to pull back on on his touches, so they did that today. They still made the most out of him, but Aiden Hutchinson had 3 sacks in the first half. He dominated um, their offensive line. He had 6 total tackles, 3 sacks, 5 solo, and he almost had another one late. And that's the difference. That's a true difference when talking about Philadelphia and Washington. You talking about a team that's probably in the 1 or 3 percentile in athleticism in the National Football League, and another team that's really good athletes: Terry McLaurin, Curtis Samuels, Johan Dotson, and company, Antonio Gibson, really good. But not really elite like the Philadelphia 76. I mean Philadelphia Eagles were. So that's a big credit to the Lions. They're not as bad as the Philadelphia Eagles made them look. Um, in the athletic department. So you ain't gonna play too many teams like that. But today Hudson they played well. Charles Harris had a strip sack. So they play really well. So eventually, when they get some help, hopefully from Anna Zorki and Josh Pascal at some point, and Romeo Core, they're gonna be that much fresher. To keep doing it. A lot is on Hutchinson. He was rushing on the outside, on the edge. He was rushing on the inside as well too. So when they get some more help, he's just gonna be that more potent. He gonna be that more dangerous down there. Him and Charles Harris. And Charles Harris, you kind of staring down the barrel at a long term contract with the Detroit Lions. You know, so that's kind of the impact he been bringing, and also he helped grooming some of them young guys like Aiden Hutchinson. So they work good together, rushing on the same side, rushing on the opposite side. They look good together. So at the end of the day, you just got to ask yourself what it's going to look like when the cavalry get healthy, when you get some help on the interior of that defense. So it should look really scary. So, but it was a great effort. Jeff Okudah played well today. He ended up getting injured, but he did come back. But so the Swift kept on. He kept trucking, and his touches got cut back today. So you never know. So you brace for the best because Okudah obviously playing the best football he's ever played in his short National Football League career. But overall, coaching didn't really get in the way. I would like to see them had kind of went for the 6 instead of the field goal early on. Obviously, that didn't affect them later in the game. But I like to them just keep the field goal. You up 3, go up 6. But other than that, and just continue to run the ball a lot more. The way you're running it, even if you go up 6, you get a quick lead. Keep running it. Don't try to go out there and be an offense that you're not, and have a shootout. Keep grinding, playing off the run, and then let Jared Goff go out there and you up a little bit more and do his thing. See, they get up quick and they feel that they got to go back and score quick, and a lot of times it resort to 3 and out or turnover, or some sort of mistake, and they don't have to do that. Deshaun Elliott, he played well today. I mean, everybody defensively played well today. Kind of Washington went in hurry mode and urgency mode. Of course, that's going to happen. You're going to put the defense on the heels. They're going to score. Their offense is just too talented. Terry McLaurin could be a top 10, 15 receiver. Curtis Samuels, a good gadget guy. Johan Dotson, big time 10 guy, really good. Antonio Gibson, really good. Carson Wentz was the number 2 pick. But obviously the day was owned by Amon-Ra St. Brown. What is he, the first NFL player in NFL history to record 8 catches and a touchdown in 6 consecutive games. It's something crazy like that, man. So he was good last week. They didn't look in sync, and I told y'all that had a lot to do with them. Not playing in preseason, and a lot of these teams look like they wasn't in sync. So Lions receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown is the first player in NFL history to have 6 consecutive games of 8+ receptions and a TD. So 8+ receptions and 6 consecutive games with a TD in those games. So that's huge, and it was mind blowing that they didn't find a way to get him the ball earlier earlier in that game with the Philadelphia Eagles. You got to, that's one thing about the Lions. Sometimes they be too smart for their own good, and that goes hand in hand with them going away from the run when they start to have some momentum. You stick to what your strength is regardless. So don't try to get too smart, for your own good. Um, keep going, keep doing what you're doing, do best, and that's run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. Then take shots, but they got to continue to Amar Rod is the he's the number one passing option for the Lions. That's just no, the offense right now should revolve around him and DeAndre Swift and any other running back in there. That's the two things you get the ball to. Everybody else in there is just secondary, third, fourth, fifth option. So but obviously, defense set the tone, offense got on track. Um, you know, and that's kind of what you want to see. So, but a couple things to clean up. Obviously they gotta get healthy, but hold on real quick. Hold on, but they gotta get healthy. Um, they gotta get healthy, and then they just gotta continue to know when they in situations that look like they going for them or don't look like they going that way. Keep doing what you do best, and that's run the football, especially early on. So we'll see. Ben Johnson, he's gonna go through his highs and lows. He's gonna go through his growing pains and etc. So, but great game today for the Ford Field fans. Next week it's a kickoff of the NFC. I'm already calling it Central. What is it now? The NFC North. Go to Minnesota next week. So I'm always a tough place to play. We went there last year with a chance to win. Offense started off slow. Defense kept them in the game, but eventually defense just didn't do enough, and they kicked the late long field goal to beat us. So we'll see. We stack up. I think Minnesota gonna be on a short week. They part of the doubleheader on Monday Night Football. Tomorrow, yes. They had an 8:30 game. It's a 7:15 game. I think the Bills and the Titans is the 7:15 game. They'll be going to Philadelphia. So we kind of see how they match up with Philadelphia. We'll get them on a short week. But check out Detroit Lions post-game reaction playlist for more videos like this. Check out Detroit Lions top playlist. More videos like this as well, too. You can find the video on both playlists. You want to support the channel, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Financially, want to donate, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link description. Hit the link tree. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Link tree is the first link in the description. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time. Peace.